And we've been talking about some of the highlights and actually a couple of lowlights from 2017. I teased a little bit saying I wanted to pick up on some quotes I made of Jack, because I watch him online. I mean, real life with Jack Hibbs. I watch him online. And Jack, you've said recently, we're in the opening throes of World War III. Now, we got various scenarios. We got North Korea, we got Middle East, we've got Iran, we've got Israel, we've got Russia, we've got turmoil. But what do you mean that we're in the opening throes of World War III? That's a quote from you.
Yeah, I do believe that, but I do not say that for sensational sake. Yeah. I say that because I'm an amateur historian. I love history. And when I look at the world in 1933, 35, 38, the very dynamics, Jan, that were happening then are happening again. Mm-hmm. The economic issue of global entities, the political destabilization, the rise of dictatorship personalities, the issues of it being something spread across the globe. Of course, back in those days, we had Japan in the deep Pacific and we had Hitler in Europe. What we see right now forming, Jan, is if you were to take the dynamics and put them on an overlay prior to World War II, the tracking is remarkable. Okay. And so that's what I mean by that. My statement is based upon historical analysis. And we are ratcheting up the tactics, the threat of two different theaters of war right now. The Middle East, predominantly being provoked by Iran, Persia, and North Korea, and what's happening over there. A simultaneous, and Jan, I believe, what I'm saying right now, I personally believe. I have no inside information, but 3 years ago I gave a study, an update on what I believe would happen. Remember, 3 years ago, Obama was the president. Our military had reached a all-time post-World War II deficiency, which currently we're trying to climb out of, that if I were the enemy of America, I would attack before America could get strong again militarily. I believe that those enemies of ours anticipated a Hillary Clinton election that would have bought them more time.
Yes.
Things changed. And so if you look at that, what happened in the last 14 months, North Korea and Iran have really ratcheted up the intensity of creating war. Why? Because America is tired. America has been at war 15-plus years in the Middle East with Afghanistan and Iraq. And if you're going to do anything to establish the defeat of America or the disablement of America, that's all they have to do is disable us, then Israel is a sitting duck, so they think. And so I just believe that there's going to be a simultaneous move with North Korea and Iran in the respective theaters of war to draw the United States away from defending Israel or to deplete the United States while we are in this current military weakened position. So I do believe that.
Well, Iran sort of is look how it's moved into the Middle East in the last year, thanks in part to things Barack Obama did. Barack Obama wanted Iran to be the primary player of the Middle East. That's insane, because clearly, and then are funding Iran to take out the little Satan Israel, the big Satan America. Barack Obama funded them to destroy Israel and to destroy America. I mean, it doesn't get any more bizarre than that, Jack.
Well, Jan, again, let me be sarcastic. Why would a president give billions of dollars to ever since 1979, Iran has been an enemy of the United States. Why would a president give them billions of dollars? To believe a story that we're going to use this for nuclear power and to help our economy? Well, it did not help their economy. Thus, Jan, at the time of you and I speaking, there's rioting going on in Iran. The people are rising up because they're hungry. And why would an American president do such a thing? It's absolutely either calculated. I don't believe that Barack Obama was dumb. I don't believe that he was stupid. This had to be a calculated decision. We may never know the reason why, but thank God our God knows the reason why. And I believe that the stage is being set.
Now, another thing you've said is everything is counting down. So I can throw that quote kind of into what you've just summarized here, because it's counting down in the Middle East. It's counting down as far as wars and rumors of wars, certainly escalating. It's counting down as it concerns perhaps the Gog-Magog a little later. We can touch on it now. It doesn't matter. But explain to me what you meant. Everything is counting down.
Yeah, listen, this is what I mean. And this is one reporter's opinion, friends. This is my view, but when I read my Bible from Genesis to Revelation, I see everything in my Bible bringing time to a conclusion, bringing human governments to a conclusion, bringing sin and death to a conclusion, bringing all of it to a conclusion. That conclusion for the believer is called the day of God, or we call it eternity. It is when, for us as believers, everything begins. But you notice, the Bible writes in advance. It's called eschatology. It's called prophecy. The Bible tells us in advance what is going to happen. So when we look and see these things begin to happen, Jesus, remember, said, oh, don't worry about it when you see these things. I mean, look up, your redemption draws near. But all these things are the beginning of sorrows. The end is not yet, which means there is an end. Everything is counting down. I mean everything. I view my own personal walk as ultimately coming to a point where God is done with me in this world. I have finished my course, and then my real life begins. And that's true among nations. It's true among the environment. It's true among the heavens. It's true among science. Everything is going from a position to a conclusion.